the void, but somehow different this time.
Surprised I can pull you into this place? The outsider marked me long ago. I made you flee your precious tower and turned your father into cold stone. How difficult for you. But when I was young, sweet Jessamine and I were close as sisters, sharing a secret. Emperor Kaldwin had another daughter, born in shame to a kitchen maid.
Am I dreaming? If not, how is Delilah doing this?
I told you, you're older. How's next year?
You said that last year. Jessamine is younger than me, and she's a court every day.
Business, well, it's complicated. You'll understand someday.
What did I do? I'll be good. I swear.
Next year, I promise.
Jessamine and I played games in the tower, but at night I'd go back to the servants' quarters to cockroaches and thin gruel. Emperor Daddy would visit and tell me if I was good. Next year I'd be old enough to come to court to be a princess. Then one day, pretty Jessamine broke something worth a fortune, and the spy master caught us. She claimed I did it, and he whipped me in the garden house until I bled. My mother lost her kitchen job, and that night we were out on the streets with no place to sleep.
I didn't break it.
Would you like to tell me your name?
We were just playing.
Young lady Jessie. What is your name?
It was her. Delilah's life. She broke it.
I saw the nastiest parts of Dunwall, ending up in debtor's prison. Jessamine died quick on an assassin's blade, but my mother lingered for weeks after a fat guard broke her jaw. They threw me out when she died. I looked up at the lights of Dunwall Tower and swore revenge. Washing bedsheets in a brothel, I painted on the side, until Anton Sokolov took me as a student. That's the polite word for it. I was crafty even before the outsider marked me, and survived the worst the Empire could offer. Now it's your turn.
My mother's sick. She needs help.
Your mother kicked off while you were out begging. She's another bag of bones now, girl.
What? No!
Your sentence is served and you'll be tossed out with the others. You can't stay here anymore.
Hard to know whether my dear old aunt is telling the truth or not. When I was young, the loyalist conspiracy that kidnapped me also took Anton Sokolov. They brought him to the pub where I was being held and locked him in a cage meant for dogs. And you know what? Sokolov laughed at them. He taught me lessons and told me funny stories. He seemed immortal. His mind shaped our age. That's changed. The old man I rescued doesn't talk much. He eats what we give him, groans in his sleep, coughs out blood. I thought he'd tell me the secret to defeating Delilah and saving the Empire. I'm not even sure he knows where he is.
I miss you, even in the void. If only I could do more.
Mother? That wasn't a dream, was it?
Am I to blame for Delilah's bitterness?
No. She's the one who orchestrated the coup.
Our decisions have weight. I feel my time drawing to an end soon.
For a man of his age, Sokolov's making better progress than I would have expected.
Good to see you're still with us. Thank you for helping, Anton.
Sokolov's not the only one making a rapid recovery. I'll be good enough to leave soon. There's a lot to do. Of course, unless the Duke falls, he'll undo my best efforts here.
Then we'll have to make sure Duke Luca Abel doesn't overstay his welcome.
Karnaka's key leaders are flawed, for certain. After all this is settled with the Duke, and the time of the coup has passed, whichever ones are left standing could change things here. Consider that, as you come face to face with the Duke's remaining associates.
I appreciate your thoughts on the matter, Alexandria. Anton, when I brought you back, you could barely speak. But it's been 3 days.
They tortured him. His body is covered with bruises.
Delilah has the throne, and my father is missing. This is Anton Sokolov, the greatest mind in the Empire.
No, Emily. Megan is right. I can make electricity move from one side of the room to the other, but Delilah is beyond my understanding. When I came to Sarkonos, I meant to leave everything behind. But when the assassination started, I couldn't ignore it. By the time Megan and I connected the murders to the Duke, it was too late. The Crown Killer came for me. It kept me alive from my knowledge that I saw things. Jindosh often had a visitor, Brianna Ashworth.
She's the curator of the Royal Conservatory.
Yes, Ashworth is dangerous, as obsessed with the occult as Delilah. Apparently, she's working on a device called the oraculum.
There's more to her than either of you know.
If Ashworth is one of Delilah's lieutenants, I need to eliminate her. Who knows what this device is capable of, or what she's up to.
We'll take the skiff. I don't want to bring the dreadful whale any closer than we have to. There is a small dock in Syria Gardens, close to the conservatory. That's as far as I can take you. Ready to go?
Yes, let's go.
There will be a Grand Guard presence outside the Royal Conservatory. Inside, be prepared for anything. Ashworth runs with an eclectic crowd. They'll be the real danger.
Someday I'd like to know more about how you met Ashworth.
I know you would. Trust me, Ashworth is important to Delilah. Which brings up something else. You might be able to exploit the Abbey of the Everyman in removing Ashworth from play. Turns out the Vice Overseer in Karnaka has been watching Ashworth from a hidden outpost near the Royal Conservatory. Check it out first if you want more options. Remember, if she's still working with Delilah, Ashworth is a grave threat.
Thanks, Megan. See you soon.
Our furniture workshop. How long do we have to
of balusters and spindles made of zirconin umberwood.
I thought the old Duke Theodanus outlawed umberwood export to protect the trees.
Can't keep track of all the degrees. My client's refurbishing a gazebo, adding an exotic southern touch.
I don't get it. Fix it. When I went to Dunwall, I brought back a river chauffeur. Now. Because it reminds me of good times. So what's the point of buying wood from a country you never visited?
It's the day you get to meet Pirate Betty in person. Time to pay the price if you want to live.
Greetings. I provide. Welcome to my shop. Say, an acquaintance of mine is supposed to be holed up in an office overlooking the Royal Conservatory. Check on them if you're headed that way. I'd check myself, but the streets are locked down. I'd make it worth your time.
I'll think about it.
See anything you like? Welcome back. Please, take your time.
Use you as a human billboard. All right, no one's coming. What a bunch of cowards. We'll try it again later.
An excellent choice. It was a pleasure to serve you. It's a pleasure to have such a unique young lady in our store.
Huh? Someone there?
I just have to finish my shift, and I can go home. Put my feet up.
Brianna Ashworth, curator of the Royal Conservatory. For a while, I believed Ashworth has some connection to the occult in Karnaca. Something is happening that I don't understand. The overseers are the forward face of the Abbey, but equally important are our sisters from the oracular order. To be direct, I suspect something is wrong within their sect. Subtle changes to the types of proclamations they've been making. Small but troubling deviations from tradition. But publicly saying anything along those lines will get me accused of heresy by my rivals within the Abbey. Is it possible that Ashworth has infiltrated the oracular order?
So Vice Overseer Byrne thinks Ashworth is interfering with the oracular order. If true, it's another reason she has to be eliminated.
Sure, he knows how to talk with the boss. What a lick spill.
The wall of light's not working.
I'm about half sure there was something going on.
The Royal Conservatory. What do those walls hide?
A new empress sits on the throne, and our rightful ruler, Delilah called first of her name. May she reign forever. Some traitors were claimed to the throne. If they want war, we'll give it to them. How many of you I have to sacrifice? Fight for Delilah. Fight for Delilah. To the bitter end.
Gone.
Conservatory. I wanted to visit this place with Lyman.
There's a quality to Brianna's style I prefer, touched by something from deep down.
Wouldn't you be afraid she'd influence your dreams?
If I can sabotage Ashworth's communion device, she'll be powerless. What would you and Father advise if you were both here? Sometimes I dream we're all together again. Vice Overseer Burns' suspicions were right.
We drank from a fountain in the town where she was born.
It was tiresome to watch. I still have the old lenses and cast-off parts piled in my workshop. Finish sometime. The rest is
Perhaps. Dunwall Tower is mostly in hand. The High Overseer won't be a problem.
Someone there!
the hold of the breanna.
Rooted in the ways of natural philosophy. Together, we built something that can pierce the void.
What was the I've never seen Brianna work with machines. She's always wearing precious bones and ivory, carved in a room with no light, painted with ash and moon's blood. Metal lenses and silver cogs, covered in stinking grease.
This is a special endeavor, important to Delilah.
So this could be tampered with. Ashworth could be cut off from the void entirely. No more witchcraft.
So why use their own machinery? These corpses. No! What will I do now? I'm ruined. I'm feeling.
Ashworth's journal might tell me more about why Delilah can't be killed.
After Delilah fell to the assassin Dowd, her magic was lost, and the coven scattered. I made a new life in Karnaka.
People of Karnaka, this is the Duke. Some of you have questioned the stricter mindedness of the new taxes being levied by the Grand Circonian Guard. Let me answer all of this rabble-rousing at once. Disloyalty and sedition must be tolerated. Look at Duncan Bales, my friend. He's a patriot. A man who won't stop until he has turned every bit of this land's silver into shiny coins. I asked him to double the number of mine, and he did it. No questions, no complaints. Karnaka needed miners, and he produced them. There. That's the Circonian spirit. That's what we need.
So it's done.
Ashworth won't be a problem anymore.
Good. But Emily, there's something else. Back when I lived in Dunwall, I did things that I'm not proud of.
Isn't that a requirement for citizenship?
What I've got to say is not a joke. I knew Delilah and Ashworth. Bought into their bullshit. Which led me down a bad road. To be honest, before all this, I thought Delilah dead. I don't want to get into it right now. But I felt like you should know. There are things I regret.
All right, Megan. Thank you for opening up. If only a little.
I'm starting to feel like you deserve it. Are you ready to leave now?
Yes. Let's go. Take me back to the Dreadful Whale.
Another step toward the Duke of Serkonos and Delilah.